Hello and welcome to Tomi Talks TV, the place to be to build great love relationships. I'd like to start by saying a very big thank you. Thank you for all your likes and your shares and your comments on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. I really, really appreciate you because you're helping us spread the message further, faster. So thank you very much indeed. Now today I'm going to be taking one of your questions and it goes like this. I just watched you on Facebook answering a question about a relationship with a man who is not motivated. Your advice was specifically for people who are not married. What if one is married to this kind of man? What is the solution? Well, you're absolutely right. When I answered that question, actually, the person that asked the question was not married, so she was talking about her fiance. So I answered, specifically talking about relationships before marriage. But when it comes to, the case of you're married to someone who is not particularly motivated, maybe doesn't seem to be very goal-driven, and you're someone who is very goal-driven, and very motivated, how do you handle that sort of situation in marriage? Well, there are three things I'd like to say to you. The first of them is this: you need to accept him as he is. Accept your husband as he is, because you see, one of the biggest challenges is that people get into marriage with the mindset that their spouse is a makeover project and they're going to transform them and make them into somebody who is completely different from who they are currently. And the reality of the matter is that that is a false hope, because you see, basically when it comes to issues of motivation and what drives us in life and all that, generally people differ, and we differ based on our temperament, which is an inborn sense of what matters to us in life. So some people naturally, they're very, driven by, and moved, and motivated to do things, to achieve, to accomplish. For some other people, maybe they just want, a quiet life, and they're not really looking to, paint the world red or just, achieve all sorts of things. So there's a wide spectrum of people. So you need to recognize the sort of person that you've got married to and, what matters to him the most. You see, it may well be that, the things that, you feel are so important may not matter to him as much as, they matter to you. And ultimately, it's a question of finding a way to, make your goals come together so that you can actually work towards a common purpose. So you have to, first of all, accept him for who he is rather than trying to transform him into somebody else. You see, I've come to find out that human beings are really, really resistant to change, and it will be an exercise in frustration for you to continually, bombard him and continually try to nag him into becoming somebody else. He will get frustrated, you will get frustrated, and you will not enjoy your marriage. But rather, look at what were the things that attracted you to him in the first place. What drew you to him? There must be things about him that, you value. Maybe he's someone that's very caring. Maybe he's someone, that's very generous, very giving, someone that's, loving. Whatever it is that drew you to him in the first place, you have to realize that those values are still there. Those things that, you value in him are still there. So rather than focusing on this one area of him, focus on the things that matter, and that drew you to him in the first place. Now, the second thing I'd like to say to you is this: you need to encourage him. Because sometimes, people who seem not to be motivated, the reason why, they seem not to be motivated is because, maybe they have doubts about themselves and they need somebody to encourage them and make them believe that they can take on the world. So, rather than trying to push him and make him do things, rather, if he's got ideas, encourage him and make him feel that he can actually achieve. Make him, feel that, you're proud of him and, there's so much that he can do in this life and all that. So that, the more you speak good words into his life and make him feel that he's really worth something, the more encouraged he will be to try harder, and to achieve more. And then you find out that you will actually, at the end of the day, find that he's, becoming more of the sort of thing that, you had in your mind. He may never become a ball of fire, but your encouragement will cause him to want to take on bigger things than he would have thought maybe he would have been able to take on without your encouragement. And then the last thing I'll say to you is this: you need to assist him. So help him. One thing I found out is this, opposites tend to attract. So you find out that, a husband and wife, they have, different strengths and weaknesses. So the areas in which you are strong, in which he is weak, and the areas in which he is strong, in which you are definitely going to be weak. So think about what strengths in your life can you, bring to his aid or use to assist him to be able to achieve more, maybe in the things that he's trying to do in life. Maybe you're, more organized, or maybe you're better at spotting, opportunities, or whatever it is. Find a way to assist him, but assist him in all humility. Don't do it, like you're trying to show him what to do, but do it with humility and with the mindset that you're trying to help him become all that God has planned for him to be in life. At the end of the day, the joy of marriage is that the two of you should be better together than you would have been if you were apart. So the reason why God brought you into his life is because you've got some things in your life that he needs in his life, to be able to be all that God wants him to be. So take that as a challenge, take that as a joy, and and move forward with that kind of harmony and unity in your life. Well, I hope that has helped you. If this has helped you, then please leave me a message on Facebook or Twitter. And if you've got a question you would like me to answer, then head on over to tommytalks.com/ask and I'll answer your question next time. See you next time. Bye-bye.